Hey guys, good evening to all of you. And today we are going to start our session. So just once confirm me that my voice is audible and the presentation is visible to all of you so that I can start the session. Just confirm me once that my voice is audible and okay sir, my voice is audible. ओके सर सो फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल सॉरी बिकॉज ये वाला सेशन हमको थोड़ा सा डिले करना पड़ गया ड्यू टू बैंक ब्रांच ऑडिट्स एंड अदर असाइनमेंट्स एंड ड्यू टू मल्टीपल रिक्वेस्ट the session was scheduled for 1st of April and 25th of March, but we need to postpone the same, and today we are going to start the session on 25th of April 2023. So first of all, heartily sorry to all of you, and now we are going to start our session. So this session is on YouTube. The reason behind that, there is multiple technical issues on Zoom, so I am going to take that session on YouTube. But you are free to raise the queries. There is one chat box is available. You can raise each and every type of query. If you have any type of query regarding the GST, you can raise the same in the chat box, or you can raise the queries in the WhatsApp group, so that we can take the queries immediately, or we can take the queries in our tomorrow's session. Okay. So this is a 3 days extended session. Certain participants are there. The remaining will join in due course. So I just want to start the session. So regarding query, you have any query, you are free to raise the queries. Also, one more request to you. We have 3 days. Okay. So if you have any point that sir, we need discussion on that particular topic and we need discussion on that particular situation. So you can comment in the chat box or you can comment in the WhatsApp group. Okay. So I can take that topic also. Although we have decided that we need to talk on the e-way bill, job work, and import and export and other material segment of GST. Now, sir, I am going to start the session. Before moving further, I just want to discuss on certain important parameters from the point of view of financial year 2023-24. Okay, I had already decided the same, but due to delay, now today I am going to discuss on that point, and this is really very much relevant for us. Okay, not an issue. We are going to talk on e-way bill in a detailed way, import and export in a detailed way, certain refund related procedures in a detailed way. Okay. So now before going further, I just want to discuss on certain important things which we need to be take care in our mind, because ये बहुत छोटी छोटी सी चीजें हैं, and the effect of these things are very huge in case of GST at the time of litigation, at the time of scrutiny, at the time of audit. Okay, if we are not following these type of concepts, in that case, at the time of litigation, at the time of any business audit, we need to face multiple issues. Okay, so I am just going to share you certain techniques, certain tricks, certain important points which we need to be very much careful. Sir, first of all, although financial year has started, but now, sir, invoice series, we need to be very much careful. Multiple time we found that there is no financial year mentioned in the invoice number. Okay, so as per GST law, this is mandatory that you should add your financial year with that your invoice number. Suppose your invoice number is 01, in that case you need to add your financial year with that 01/202324. Okay, so that this is an specific to a financial year, because GST में हर चीज, each and everything under GST we are going to do financial year wise. Okay, audit and scrutiny is also from year wise and financial year wise. So we need to be very much careful. Although GST आए हुए 4 से 5 साल हो चुके हैं, but when we are going to check the invoice series, we found multiple times that there is no financial year mentioned in case of invoices, or certain cases are there. In those cases, there is a financial year with the invoice number, but no financial year added with the credit and debit note. So sir, we need to be very much careful that the financial year is mandatory with your invoice, with your debit note, with your credit note. दिस इज द एग्जाम्पल विच इज हेयर कि हमको ये वाले इनवॉइस नंबर होने चाहिए। अभी भी अगर आपके किसी क्लाइंट ने इनवॉइसेस इशू कर दी है ऑलरेडी, योर क्लाइंट हैड इशूड द इनवॉइसेस विद द इनवॉइस नंबर 1 2 3 4 5 6 and not added the financial year, you just need to suggest to your client that please add the financial year. This is the mandatory requirement. ओके। जब भी जीएसटी ऑडिट में केस आया, जब भी डिपार्टमेंटल ऑडिट में केस आया, दे आर गोइंग टू इम्पोज द प्रोसीजरल लैप्स पेनल्टी दैट इज 25,000 अंडर आईजीएसटी एक्ट, सीजीएसटी एक्ट, एसजीएसटी एक्ट पेनल्टी, जनरल पेनल्टी दे विल इम्पोज ऑन यू. So this is our responsibility to guide our client in that particular case. Okay, sir. So this is in a specific situation and we need to be very much careful for that. Sir, next, one important work which we need to be do at the time of our income tax audit, at the time of our monthly, although I am suggesting that you should reconcile your input tax credit balances at the end of each and every month. But if it is not possible for you to reconcile your input tax credit balance at the end of each and every month, you just need to reconcile your balances of your GSTN portal and the balances of your books of accounts at the year end. Sir, suppose I just want to take some certain examples. Suppose you just need to prepare this type of reconciliation in Excel. Suppose as per your books, your input tax credit ITC balance as on 31st March 2023 is IGST 5 lakh, CGST 7 lakh 50,000. Suppose SGST is also 7 lakh 50,000. As per your portal, your IGST suppose 4 lakh 50,000, your CGST suppose 8 lakh, your SGST suppose 9 lakh 50,000. So there is difference. Okay, one approach you can follow. You should check first cumulatively that cumulative total of your books and cumulative total of your portal is matched or not. If the cumulative total of your books and cumulative total of your GST in portal is matched, in that case, okay. Because हो सकता है कि you are going to follow certain other set of provision in your books of accounts and you are following other mechanism while setting off on your GSTN portal. Okay, so is that okay? This is not in a big fault. Okay, cumulatively your input का balance मिल रहा है, is that okay for us? Now if there is cumulatively difference, okay, suppose the total of books is 15 lakh and the total of books is portal is as 17 lakh, in that case you just require the reconciliation of that 2 lakh rupees. Okay, prepare the reconciliation at the end of the financial year. As per my opinion, you should prepare the reconciliation at each and every month. But if you are not going to do so, you just need to prepare the reconciliation at the end of each and every financial year. Suppose for financial year 2023, you just need to prepare the reconciliation for complete financial year 2022 2023. As on 31st March 2023, your input tax credit balances as per your books of accounts and as per your GSTN portal should be reconciled. और अगर यहाँ पर कोई difference है, if there is any difference in that case, you should be very much careful for that. In that case, you should be very much careful for that. Why there is difference? You just need to put in your records the reason of the differences. Suppose if you had taken a refund, okay. Suppose in that particular financial year you had taken the refund. In that case, there is possibility of differences because you had not done proper accounting regarding the refund in your books of accounts. So you just need to ask with your client that you had done the accounting of your refund. So one reason is your refund. Second reason, you had claimed input tax credit as per your GSTR to be in your GSTN portal and in your books of accounts. You are taking the input tax credit as per the purchase you had done in that particular year. So there is chances of difference. So from that you can reconcile the same. Also, there is certain accounting error. Chances of accounting error is also there. So, sir, this is the technique from which you can identify the accounting errors. You can identify that the proper accounting is done at the client's place, and there is, if there is any input tax credit on which you are eligible to take the input tax credit but you had not claimed that input tax credit, in that case you can check the same from the reconciliation of your closing input tax credit balances. So you got my point? Just once confirm in the chat box, because this is a very much important parameter. हम लोग कई बार इसको देखते ही नहीं है. We are not going to reconcile the input tax credit closing balances as per GSTN portal and as per books of accounts, although this is the most important part. If you are going to reconcile the same, that means your output is okay, your input tax credit is okay, your refund calculation is okay, your GSTR 2A 2B difference is okay. That means everything is okay in that firm if the input tax credit closing balances is matching with the books of accounts and with the GSTN portal. Okay, sir. Also, one more request. I just require your confirmation in the chat box. It is an indication for me that I am going in the right way. Okay. वरना मुझे लगेगा मैं कैमरे के सामने बैठा हूँ और प्रवचन दे रहा हूँ. सो आई डोंट थिंक कि मुझे ऐसा फील करना है. सो प्लीज मुझे ऐसा फील कराए कि हम लोग कहीं बैठे हैं और कुछ हेल्थी डिस्कशन कर रहे हैं. सो इफ यू हैव एनी डाउट यू कैन रेज द क्वेश्चंस, एंड इफ एवरीथिंग इज ओके फॉर यू, यू जस्ट नीड टू कमेंट इन द चैट बॉक्स सो दैट आई कैन इजीली टेक द नेक्स्ट पॉइंट. नाउ sir, sales reconciliation, this is also an important parameter. Whether you are a chartered accountant, whether you are an accountant, whether you are a tax consultant, you just need to reconcile output input. If the input tax credit and output tax credit is okay, in that case your technical part is okay. Okay. Now the point is related to compliances. We are going to talk on compliances also, but just first I want to discuss with you the technical parts. Sir, reconciliation between your sales, your GSTR 3B, sales as per your GSTR 3B and sales as per your GSTR 1 should be reconciled. Sir, you just need to prepare one Excel sheet. You just need to prepare one Excel sheet. Sales as per books, sales as per 3B, sales as per GSTR 1, okay, at the year end, and reconcile the figures. If you found any differences, suppose sales as per your books is 50 lakh and sales as per your GSTR 3B is 45 lakh, you just need to record the reason why there is difference. And if there is any difference between GSTR 1 and 3B, in that case, you all know that this is an indication for the department for issuing the notices. And department is going to issue a notice to you and your client regarding the differences. So suppose one situation I just want to discuss with you. Suppose in your GSTR 1, you reported a sales of 50 lakh rupees. Okay. In your GSTR 1, you reported a sales of 50 lakh rupees. After filing the GSTR 1 return, you got that I have reported the sales wrongly. My sales, according to the provisions and according to my sales ledger, my sales should be 55 lakh. Now what you are going to do, you are going to you are going to reflect the sales as 55 lakh rupees in your GSTR 3B return. Okay, 55 lakh in your GSTR 3B return. Now there is difference. So as per my opinion, if you found that there is any sales on which you had not paid the tax in your GSTR 1 return and you are going to reflect the same, you are going to add the same in your next month GSTR 1 return, in that case, this is my advice to you. Just add that invoice in your GSTR 3B also in next month. Although you need to pay the tax of 18% for 1 month, is that okay? You should pay the tax. Not an issue. You should pay the interest. सो दैट आपका जो डेटा है वो रेड इंडिकेट नहीं होगा, रेड हाईलाइट नहीं होगा एट द डिपार्टमेंटल पोर्टल. ओके, तो यहाँ पर जीएसटी AS 10 आने के चांसेस रेड्यूस हो जाएंगे. सो सर ये कुछ टेक्निक्स है, ये कुछ ट्रिक्स है ऑन विच वी नीड टू बी वर्क. Sir, there is no GST audit is applicable. Okay, so this is a responsibility. of chartered accountant or the tax consultant or the legal advisor. If I am handling the work of my client, then this is my responsibility to provide the right guidance and right direction to him. Okay, so there is no question of any GST auditor and tax auditor. But if you are doing the tax audit of that particular client, then this is your responsibility to reconcile the same sales from the GSTN portal. Because when you are going to submit the tax audit report, you just need to report the sales figure as per GST return also. So at that time, you just need to be very much conscious that you had already reconciled your sales with the GSTR 3B return. Okay. Or when you are filing the GSTR 9 and 9C, or when you are closing the financial year, suppose on 31st March, and you are going to do the excise in April month. In that case, you just need to confirm that the sales as per GSTR 1, as per GSTR 3B, as per books is matched or not. और सर ये कुछ टाइम टेकिंग काम नहीं है. दीज आर नॉट अ टाइम टेकिंग वर्क. वेरी इजी. बहुत कम टाइम इसमें लगता है अगर हम लोग इनिशियल स्टेज पे इन सारी की सारी चीजों को फॉलो कर ले तो. सो सर, sales reconciliation from GSTR 1, from GSTR 3B, and from books of accounts. Next, input reconciliation. Sir, this is a very difficult task for us, for our client also. ओके, बिकॉज नाउ अर्लियर क्या था, जो मेरे पास में सेल्स इनवॉइसेस आई, जो मेरे पास में परचेज इनवॉइसेस आई, फॉर दैट अमाउंट आई नीड टू टेक द इनपुट टैक्स क्रेडिट. ओके, बट नाउ you need to check your GSTR 3B 2B return, and you are eligible to take the input tax credit as per, completely as per your GSTR 2B return. That means your input should be as per GSTR 2B. Your input should be as per GSTR 2B. Now, you made purchases in that particular financial year. Suppose in financial year 2022 2023, your input tax credit as per your purchases is 50 lakh rupees. Okay, and as per your GSTR 2B, input is only showing as 45 lakh rupees. That means you had claimed 45 lakh rupees input in your GSTR 3B return as per your 2B. And in your books of accounts, input tax credit is 50 lakh rupees. Then this difference you should reconcile at the end of financial year. So this is a very heavy task for us to reconcile. Sir, as a chartered accountant, as a tax consultant, as a legal advisor, how I can do this? So you just need to share to your client, okay, sir, this is your responsibility. You should reconcile your input tax credit as per your GSTR 2B. कई बार क्या होता है, हम लोग उसको GSTR 2B भेजते हैं, हम उसको बोलते हैं कि तू रिकंसाइल करना, मेरे को रिपोर्ट भेजना. ऐसा नहीं करना है. You just need to prepare one video, or you just need to guide your client how he can download the GSTR 2B return, how he can reconcile the same with the accounting software, and also at that time each and every accounting software has the capacity to reconcile the GSTR to be return. So there is certain requirement of changes in accounting. Sir, हमको accounting में कुछ changes करनी पड़ेगी so that input reconciliation will be in a perfect way. सर, कैसे हम लोग अकाउंटिंग में चेंज करें? सपोज आपने अपने जीएसटी जो भी अकाउंटिंग सॉफ्टवेयर है, यू हैड डन सर्टेन इंटीग्रेशन इन योर अकाउंटिंग सॉफ्टवेयर रिगार्डिंग द रिकंसिलिएशन ऑफ जीएसटी इनपुट टैक्स क्रेडिट एज पर टू बी एंड एज पर बुक्स ऑफ अकाउंट्स. ओके, तो आपका वो सॉफ्टवेयर क्या करेगा? रेड अलर्ट कर देगा. योर सॉफ्टवेयर विल प्रोवाइड एन रेड अलर्ट on those invoices which is not available in the GSTR to be return. Suppose you entered purchase for 50 lakh rupees in a particular month, and as per to be input is 45 lakh rupees. For 5 lakh rupees, red alert will be reflected by that particular accounting software. So sir, in that case आपको क्या करना है? You just need to make one adjustment entry. जो इनपुट टैक्स क्रेडिट आपके जीएसटीआर 2B में नहीं आई है, the particular input tax credit which is not reflected in your GSTR to be return, you just need to prepare one additional ledger. You just need to create one ledger. You just need to create one ledger, and you should name that particular. You just need to name that particular ledger at unclaimed input tax credit. unclaimed ITC. You can take that ledger. Okay. And those entries which is not available, which is not available, those entries which is not available in your GSTR to be written, you should transfer that particular entries in unclaimed input tax credit. When you are going to transfer those entries in your unclaimed input tax credit ledger, in that case, your books may eligible input will be 45 lakh as per your 2B, and 5 lakh is reflected in your unclaimed input tax credit ledger. In the subsequent month, in the next month, when the input is reflected in your GSTR to be written, you should take those input tax credit in your books of accounts and in your GSTR 3B also. You just need to transfer your unclaimed input tax credit balance to your claimed input tax credit. Okay, so that the amount of unclaimed ITC will be zero. From doing this exercise, you can identify that what amount of input is not reflected in GSTR to be written, and for which particular party the input tax credit is not reflected in GSTR to be written. अगर आप ऐसा सब कुछ करते हैं, if you are going to follow this exercise, in that case there is no extra burden on you as a chartered accountant, as a tax consultant. You just need to guide your client once, and you just need to add certain necessary ledgers in that particular accounting software of your client, so that each and every accounting will be available in the accounting software of your particular client. और वो भी इस स्थिति में आ जाएगा, your client will be in that particular situation that he can connect with his parties also, those who have not filed the GST return. So, sir, you got this mechanism of unclaimed input tax credit and ledger creation in your accounting software. This is a very much important point, because in these 3 days we are going to discuss completely on practical aspects. So, sir, just comment in the chat box that this is okay for you regarding input tax credit. Reconciliation. My screen is okay. Most probably, Ankita ji, my screen is okay. There is certain technical issue at your end. When I am having only GST audit work of that particular client, can I depend on work of tax auditor for vouching of physical bills matching with books? Can I only do GST reconciliation 1, 3 and 2 only? Sir, first, GST audit is not applicable at all. GSTR 9 and 9C applicable in the current situation. Okay. So, and when you are going to file the GSTR 9 and 9C, one specific video is available on my YouTube channel. You can check the same regarding GSTR 9 and 9C. The complete analysis of GSTR 9 and 9C available in that particular video. So this is my request to you. Please consider that particular video. And if you want certain more clarification regarding that, you just need to connect with me over call. Okay, sir. So now input tax credit, I suppose everything for okay for all of you. I am not getting much more comments from you, but I am expecting the same. So accounting GSTR 2B versus books we had already done. Unclaimed input tax credit ledger you should create for the proper accounting in your books of account. Sir, section 49 subsection 12 a very important section. मैंने शायद मेरे हर एक सेशन के अंदर इस पर्टिकुलर सेक्शन के बारे में डिस्कशन किया है. आई ऑलरेडी डिस्कस्ड ऑन दैट पर्टिकुलर सेक्शन बिकॉज दिस इज द वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट पार्ट. एंड व्हेन वी why I am talking on that particular section again and again, because when I am going to check the business audits or departmental audits, or when I am going to discuss with the departmental authorities, at that time I found that in 70 or 80% of the cases the clients are not following the conditions, the recommendations, the requirement of section 14 49 subsection 12. So sir, what is this section 49? Section 49 subsection 12. सर सेक्शन 49 सबसेक्शन 12 says कि you should pay 1% of your total tax liability in cash. Total tax liability in cash if your turnover for a particular month exceeds by 50 lakh rupees. सर यहाँ पर कोई एनुअल रिक्वायरमेंट नहीं है, यहाँ पर कोई पिछले 3 सालों की रिक्वायरमेंट नहीं है. द वन कंडीशन इज दैट इफ योर टर्नओवर फॉर अ पर्टिकुलर मंथ exceeds 50 lakh rupees, in that case you just need to pay 1% cash of your total tax liability. Suppose your total tax liability is 5 lakh rupees, in that case you just need to pay 1% of that particular amount, that is 5,000, in cash by adjusting the electronic cash ledger. Okay, sir, the most important thing is that जीएसटी पोर्टल इज नॉट सो एफिशिएंट कि वो ऑटोमेटिकली आपको ये कैलकुलेट कर दे कि योर टर्नओवर एक्सीडेड बाय 50 लाख रुपीस, सो यू जस्ट नीड टू पे 1% इन कैश. दिस फैसिलिटी इज नॉट अवेलेबल ऑन योर जीएसटीएन पोर्टल. You should do this manual. If you found that the turnover of your client of your taxpayer is exceeded by 50 lakh rupees, in that case you just need to pay 1% of your total tax liability in cash. Okay sir, so now there are certain exceptions also available for that condition. अगर आपने पिछले 2 years के अंदर कोई रिफंड क्लेम किया है, ओके, इन्वर्टेड ड्यूटी स्ट्रक्चर में, if your client has claimed a refund under inverted duty structure, in that case there is no requirement to follow the condition of section 4912. If your client is paying income tax in excess of 1 lakh rupees, in that case there is no requirement to follow the condition. And if your client is already paid cumulative 1% of your total tax liability in cash, suppose in Feb month, Feb 2023, that the turnover is 55 lakh, okay, and the total tax liability is 5 lakh, so 5,000 your taxpayer needs to pay in cash. But suppose from April 2022 till January 2023 your client has already paid cumulative an amount which is in excess of that particular 5,000 rupees. In that case there is no requirement of payment of cash. So these are three exceptions available. These are three exceptionals available. In those situations, there is no requirement to payment of cash ledger. Baki, remaining in all other cases, if the turnover got exceeded by 50 lakh rupees in a particular financial year, in that case, 1% of total tax liability should be paid by cash. Sir, क्या होगा अगर हमने नहीं पे किया था? Suppose regarding Feb 2022, your turnover exceeded by 50 lakh rupees, total tax liability 5 lakh rupees, and you need to pay 5,000 in cash. You need to pay 5,000 in cash. But आपने ये 5,000 rupees cash में पे नहीं किया. You are not going to pay that amount in cash. You are going to adjust the same from GST credit ledger. Suppose after 2 to 3 years, department taken your case in scrutiny, or at that time department checked that in particular financial year, that is financial year 2022-2023 or financial year 2021-22, your turnover in financial in Feb 2022 exceeded by 50 lakh rupees, so there is liability that you need to pay the amount 1% cash. आप उस समय ये आर्ग्यूमेंट करोगे सर मैंने कैश में पे नहीं किया, आई हैड ऑलरेडी एडजस्टेड द सेम फ्रॉम माय इलेक्ट्रॉनिक क्रेडिट लेजर, फ्रॉम माय क्रेडिट लेजर. डिपार्टमेंट बोलेगा नो, एज पर सेक्शन 49 सबसेक्शन 12 यू नीड टू पे दैट अमाउंट फ्रॉम योर इलेक्ट्रॉनिक कैश लेजर. सो सर अब आप इसको पे करो, तो आप बोलोगे ठीक है चलो मैं 4912 के अंदर जाकर के आई एम गोइंग टू पे दैट अमाउंट ऑफ 5,000 रुपीज इन कैश. डिपार्टमेंट बोलेगा सर इसके साथ में इंटरेस्ट भी पे करो 18%. यू नीड टू पे इंटरेस्ट ऑल्सो एट द रेट ऑफ 18%. अब आप बोलोगे सर आई एम गोइंग टू पे द अमाउंट इन कैश, सो जो मैंने वहां पर क्रेडिट से एडजस्ट किया था 5,000 रुपीज, प्लीज गिव मी बैक दैट पर्टिकुलर क्रेडिट. At that time, department will say that the timeline as per section 16 subsection 4 for claiming the input tax credit has already lapsed. So you are not eligible to reclaim that particular input tax credit. So यहाँ पर आपको उस 5,000 का बेनिफिट भी नहीं मिलेगा और उस 5,000 प्लस 18% आपको कैश में भी पे करना पड़ जाएगा. So this is a very huge implication of section 49 subsection 12. So this is my humble submission to all of you that please follow that section 49 subsection 12 because this is in a very much relevant section. This is in a very much important section for us. Sir, all of you got my point regarding section 49 subsection 12? Mukesh ji, it is turnover. If your turnover exceeded by 50 lakh rupees, not GST amount. Sir, this point is okay for everyone. Now, reconciliation between HSN summary and sales. Sir, this is a very much important point also. This is mandatory that if your turnover got exceeded by 5 crore rupees, in that case, you just need to represent HSN code in 6 digits, sorry. And if the turnover is below 5 CR, in that case, 4 digit is okay. So you should be very much careful for that regarding 6 digit HSN code and 4 digit HSN code. Yes, Ankita ji, you need to check your section 49, subsection 12 on monthly basis. This is the requirement. You just need to check the section 49, subsection 12 on monthly basis. When you are going to file the GSTR 3B return of your client, in that case, you just need to check that the turnover exceeded by 50 lakh rupees or not. Or agar uska turnover 50 lakh rupees से exceed हो गया, in that case, you need to check that कोई एक्सेप्शन तो नहीं है उन तीन एक्सेप्शन में से एंड इफ द केस इज नॉट कवर्ड अंडर द एक्सेप्शनल सिचुएशन इन दैट केस यू नीड टू पे द टोटल टैक्स लायबिलिटी 1% ऑफ टोटल टैक्स लायबिलिटी इन कैश नो you cannot check it at the year end. This is not as per law. You need to check the same in the particular month. So sir, when we are going to file our GSTR 1 return, we are also submitting the HSN wise detail in that particular GST return. So this is my humble submission to you. When you are going to file your GSTR 1 return, you should check that your taxable value as per your GSTR 1, your B2B, your B2CS, your credit note, your debit note, after considering each and everything, the taxable value will be reconciled with your HSN code wise taxable value. IGST, CGST, SGST should be reconciled. Okay, whatever software you are going following for your GSTR, for filing your GSTR 1 return, you just need to put the Excel sheet in that particular software and reconcile the figure as per HSN code and as per taxable value is based on much. And if there is any difference, if you found any difference at that point, this is your duty. You should suggest your client that the taxable value and the HSN code wise summary should reconcile. Okay, so this is a very much important point, sir. These are certain points on which we need to be very much careful from financial year 2023-24. पहले भी ये वाला जरूरी था, बट अगर पहले नहीं किया है तो इस फाइनेंशियल ईयर से तो दिस इज अवर रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी टू चेक ईच एंड एवरीथिंग. ओके सर, और इसमें हमारा कोई भी रोल नहीं है. वी जस्ट नीड टू गाइड टू अवर क्लाइंट कि भैया तेरे को ये चीजें करनी है. दीज आर द इंपॉर्टेंट पॉइंट्स, दीज आर द इंपॉर्टेंट पैरामीटर्स एंड यू शुड फॉलो द सेम. Okay, now sir, I am going to take certain important notification जो कि 31st March 2023 को GST में आए थे. There are certain important notifications are available as on 31st March 2023. So I just want your confirmation. Can I take the notifications part also? This is just for your knowledge. नोटिफिकेशन नंबर 2/2023. सर ऐसे कह दो इस सेशन में मैं आपको कुछ गुड न्यूज भी दे रहा. ओके, आई एम गिविंग सर्टेन गुड न्यूज टू यू रिगार्डिंग जीएसटी. Okay, although you already know these type of notifications, the implication of these notifications, but I just want to share with you again. Okay sir, so notification number 2/2023 यहाँ पर आया है. Waiver of late fees of GSTR 4. Sir, GSTR 4 is applicable in case of composition taxable person if your client is under composition scheme and you are under composition scheme, and you had not filed your GSTR4 return, that is annual return, in case of composition scheme. Because in case of composition scheme, there is no applicability of GSTR 9 and 9C. composition scheme के अंदर you need to file GSTR4 annually till 30th April. Okay, so regarding financial year 1920 and 21-22, financial year 1920, 2021, 21-22, for these three financial years, if you had not filed the GSTR4 return, in that case, this is the opportunity for you till 30th June 2023. You can file GSTR4 return with a minimum amount of late fees. Okay, without nahi hai, with a minimum amount of late fees, that is 5,000 under each head, 5,500 CGST and 500 SGST. Okay, 500 CGST, 500 SGST. There is a minimum penalty, minimum late fees. Okay, so this is an important information which we need to follow. In case of your client, you just need to check okay, there is GSTR4 applicable on any particular client, and if GSTR4 is applicable, in that case you just need to check okay, you had already filed the GSTR4 for financial year 1920 till financial year 21-22, and if you had not filed the same, this is an opportunity till 30th June 2023. You can file the GSTR4 return with a minimum amount of late fees. Okay, sir. Now, रिवोकेशन ऑफ रजिस्ट्रेशन सर, हम लोगों ने देखा है पिछले कुछ पीरियड के अंदर मल्टीपल रजिस्ट्रेशन कैंसिल हुए हैं. If there is difference between your GSTR 3B and 1, if there is difference between your GSTR 2 and GSTR 3B, if there is difference between your sales, if there is any delay in filing the return, in that case department is going to cancel your registration. Okay, and if in any of your client case, if the registration is cancelled by the department, if the registration is cancelled by the department, in that case this is an opportunity to us that till 30th June 2023 we can apply for revocation of registration. Sir, all the benefits are till 30th June 2023. So that means all the opportunities are 30th June 2023. We need to follow. अगर आपका GSTR 4 नहीं भरा है, you can file the same till 30th June 2023. अगर आपका registration cancel हो गया है, if your registration got cancelled by the departmental authority, this is an opportunity in your hand. You can file a revocation application to the jurisdictional authority manually till 30th June 2023. Next, सर नोटिफिकेशन नंबर 6/2023, असेसमेंट ऑफ नॉन रिटर्न फाइलर्स, असेसमेंट ऑफ नॉन रिटर्न फाइलर्स. If department has issued order under section 62 of CGST Act, non-return filer, suppose for continuous 6 months your client has not filed the return, okay, and you had not filed the return, in that case department is going to do the assessment on the basis of best judgment, okay, as per section 62 of CGST Act, audit and assessment. We had already covered the same. In that particular specific case, अगर डिपार्टमेंट ने आपका असेसमेंट कर लिया है, सपोज you are not going to file the return, but department has raised one demand that in particular financial year or in that particular period you had made the sales of rupees 50 lakh rupees, and accordingly there is a tax liability of 10 lakh rupees on you, and department has done that particular assessment on the basis of information available with the department, that is 10 lakh plus whatever will be the interest and penalty under section 73-74. Okay, so suppose department has raised one notice regarding 15 lakh rupees under section 62. Department has issued notice 15 lakh rupees under section 62. Okay, now this is an opportunity in your hand till 30th June 2023. आप वहां पर अपनी इंफॉर्मेशन प्रोवाइड करवा सकते हो कि आपने जो ये 15 लाख निकाला ये सही नहीं है, मेरे पास जो इनवॉइसेस अवेलेबल है उसके अकॉर्डिंग यहाँ पर मेरी जो सेल्स है वो केवल 5 लाख रुपीज है. आई हैव मेड अ सेल्स ऑफ 5 लाख रुपीज ओनली एज पर द इंफॉर्मेशन अवेलेबल विद मी, एंड रिगार्डिंग दैट पर्टिकुलर सेल्स I have each and every document is ready for your reference. In that case, you just need to provide that particular documents to the jurisdictional officers. Okay, and for that particular 5 lakh rupees plus interest and plus penalty, if you are going to pay, in that case department will going to drop the proceeding and drop that particular audit order which is issued by the department previously. So this is an important part and we need to be very much careful for that. Sir, तीन benefits हमने देखे. If you had not filed your GSTR4, you are eligible to do so. If your registration is revoked, in that case, you can apply for the revocation of registration. Third, if department has done your assessment as a non-return filers, in that case, you can apply for relaxation and you can apply for the information which is available with you regarding the reassessment to the departmental authority till 30th June 2023. Now, sir, अगर आपने ये वाले इश्यूज कई बार आए फॉर फाइनेंशियल ईयर 19 20 18 19 जीएसटीआर 9 और 9C फाइल नहीं हुए. Now when we are going for the filing that particular return, at that time department is going to ask for the late fees, and the amount of late fees is very huge. For that purpose, taking consideration of it, government is come with an amnesty scheme in that till 30th June 2023. If you are going to file your annual return GST at 9 or 9C, which is related to the previous period, in that case there is reduction in the late fees. ओके यहाँ पर आपके ऊपर रिडक्शन रिड्यूस्ड लेट फीस लगने वाली है, कम लेट फीस यहाँ पर आपके ऊपर लगने वाली है. If your turnover is up to 5 crore rupees, in that case, late fees will be 25 rupees per day or 0.02% of turnover, whichever is lower. And if your turnover is up to 25 crore and above 5 crore, in that case, 50 rupees per day and 0.02% of your turnover. Maximum late fees will be 10,000 rupees. Maximum late fees will be 10,000 rupees. Yes, you need to file GSTR 1 and 3B also if you are going to do your reassessment under section 62. That is, पहले डिपार्टमेंट ने आपका एज अ नॉन रिटर्न फाइलर्स असेसमेंट कर लिया था. नाउ यू आर गोइंग टू प्रोवाइड योर डिटेल्स. इन दैट केस यू नीड टू फाइल योर GSTR 3B and GSTR 1 also. Sir, that means there are 4 relaxation available from the notification which is issued by the government of India as on 30th March 2023. Okay, 31st March 2023. Suppose for GSTR4, revocation of registration, assessment of non-return filers, and GSTR 9 and 9C. These are the important parameters on which we need to work. So, इसमें से अगर कोई चीज आपके किसी क्लाइंट की केस में रही हुई है, in that case you are free to check the things. Okay, now I am just going to take certain practical point regarding GST assessment on scrutiny, because I got certain messages that sir please consider scrutiny also. Okay, so for scrutiny of returns, returns, department is going to issue notice in form GST ASMT 10. Sir, first confirm me that each and everything is okay for you. जो भी हम लोगों ने अभी तक डिस्कस किया है, each and everything is okay for you. Yes, sir. So certain important points I am going to take from scrutiny point of view, that is GST A70 10. Okay, because in maximum cases, in multiple cases, you are finding the notices under GST A70 10. And if you are going to carefully check the form GST A70 10 and the notice which is issued under GST A70 10, you found in 50% of the cases the notice is baseless. Okay, there is no reason to issue that particular notice, and the notice is due to certain lacuna of system. So we need to be very much careful for that, because we are not going to give much more time to that particular task or to that particular GST ASMT 10 return. But if there is any serious activity, in that case we need to provide the proper reply. And if the GST ASMT 10 return is also baseless, in that case this is our responsibility. We just need to provide the reply in a particular timeline. Okay, sir. So in GST ASMT 10, we need to provide the reply within 30 days. अगर हम लोग if we are not going to provide the reply within 30 days, in that case department is going to issue the proceeding under section 73 and 74. Okay, so this is my humble submission to you. If you are a chartered accountant, a tax consultant, a legal advisor, and you are going to do the work of your clients regarding GST, in that case you just need to assign your staff one work. That particular staff should check each and every month the GST ASMT 10, okay, which is available on the GSTN portal. And if he found any notices under GST ASMT 10 or under view additional notices, in that case we are going to take special care for that, and we are going to check each and everything in that particular GST ASMT 10. Sir, first मैं आपको बताना चाह रहा हूं, आई जस्ट वांट टू गाइड यू रिगार्डिंग जीएसटी A7010. Then in that case this is my responsibility to guide you that what why department is going to issue the notices. Sir, the difference between your GSTR 1 and 3B, suppose continuously for a particular financial year, for a particular period, if your sales as per your GSTR 3B and GSTR 1 is not matching, there is difference between your sales in your GSTR 3B and GSTR 1. In that case, department can take your case under scrutiny and issue GST A7010 to you. Suppose if there is difference between your audited sales and GST sales, as per your income tax portal, your sales showing as 5 crore rupees, and as per your GSTN portal, your sales showing as 4 crore rupees. In that case, there is a difference between your audited sales and GSTN sales. In that case, department can issue the notices. सर अभी कुछ लोगों ने मुझे पूछा कि क्या इनकम टैक्स पोर्टल और जीएसटीएन पोर्टल का डेटा मैच होता है क्या? सर, ईच एंड एवरीथिंग रिलेटेड टू जीएसटी इज अवेलेबल टू इनकम टैक्स डिपार्टमेंट, एंड ईच एंड एवरीथिंग which is available on income tax portal is available for GSTN portal. They are completely reconcile the figures. So this is our prima facie responsibility. We just need to check each and every figure and then after put that particular figure to any particular departmental portal. Okay, next, difference between your GSTR 3B and GSTR 2A. This is the biggest reason. ये सबसे बड़ा reason है for GST A70 10. Okay, if you are going to found the GST A70 10 on your GSTN portal, in that case check it. In maximum cases, the reason is your difference between your GSTR 3B and your GSTR 2B return, and the another reason is your sales variation. If there is any huge difference between the sales of your previous period and sales of your current period. Suppose in 17-18 your sales was 50 lakh rupees. In 18-19 your sales was 5 crore rupees. This is a clear cut indication for something. So for that reason, department is going to issue you notices in form GST A70 10, or department can take your case under audit ADT 01. Sir, I am repeating the names of forms. The reason behind this that you got the idea about that particular form. जब भी आप इस फॉर्म को देखें तो आपको आइडिया लग जाए कि इस रीजन की वजह से ये वाला पर्टिकुलर नोटिस आया है. So sir, these are the returns. If you are going to file delay return, okay, and you are not going to pay the interest in case of that delay return, in that case department can issue the notices. So if you are going to file return delay, in that case you just need to check that the proper interest is paid by the client or not. And if you are filing the return, in that case you just need to check that interest is calculated properly and interest is paid properly. Okay, so these are the points on which, these are the return on which department is going to issue the notices. Now sir, रीजंस क्लियर हो गए कि हमारे पास में ये रीजंस आने वाले हैं, इसलिए डिपार्टमेंट इज गोइंग टू इश्यू द नोटिसेस. नाउ सर, हाउ यू आर गोइंग टू फ्रेम रिप्लाई इन केस ऑफ नोटिसेस? सपोज यू आर अ टैक्स कंसल्टेंट और लीगल एडवाइजर. छोटे छोटे से नोटिस के लिए हो सकता है आपको किसी चार्टर्ड अकाउंटेंट के पास नहीं जाना पड़े, आप खुद से रिप्लाई फ्रेम कर सको. उसके लिए मैं आपके साथ में कुछ ट्रिक्स शेयर कर सकता हूँ. हाँ, अगर कोई कॉम्प्लिकेटेड इशू है, इफ देर इज एनी complex situation, in that case you just need to take the advice of any expert in that particular field. Okay, so first of all, when you are getting any notices, whether it is in a GST A70 10 and whether it is in a ADT 01, you just need to clearly understand the language of the particular notice. Okay, because when you are reading that particular notice, when you are going to reading that particular notices, in that case you can find maximum thing in that particular notice itself. ओके आपको रीजन आइडेंटिफाई हो जाएगा, आपको उसके पीछे का आइडिया आइडेंटिफाई हो जाएगा, आपको ये आइडेंटिफाई हो जाएगा विच प्रोविजन इज एप्लीकेबल इन दैट पर्टिकुलर केस. So you just need to understand the language of that particular notice. Then after, try to get the reason for that particular notice. जब आपको reason मिल जाएगा, when you got the reason for that particular notices, in that case आपके लिए बहुत easy हो जाएगा reply frame करना. हम लोग क्या करते हैं, नोटिस आया, हम लोगों ने डायरेक्ट देखा कि देयर इज डिफरेंस बिटवीन जीएसटीआर 2 एंड 2B एंड देयर इज डिफरेंस बिटवीन बुक्स इनपुट टैक्स क्रेडिट एंड वी आर गोइंग टू रिप्लाई द सेम ऑन अकाउंट ऑफ दैट पर्टिकुलर डिफरेंसेस इटसेल्फ. नो, रीड द नोटिस, आपको रीजन मिल जाएगा कि क्यों यहां पर रीजन है उस नोटिस का. नेक्स्ट, टेक रेफरेंसेस ऑफ रिलेवेंट सेक्शन व्हाइल ड्राफ्टिंग द रिप्लाई. जब हम लोग रिप्लाई फ्रेम कर रहे हैं तो मैक्सिमम केसेस में हम लोग ये देखते हैं कि वहां पर रिप्लाई फाइल करते करते टाइम क्या होता है, हम लोग केवल मेयरली हम लोग वहां पर रिप्लाई फाइल कर देते हैं कि यहाँ पर इफ देयर इज अ डिफरेंस बिटवीन जीएसटीआर 2 एंड 2B, इसको हमने अगले महीने लिया है या फिर इसको हमने 6 महीने बाद लिया है, ऑल दैट एंड कंप्लीट करते हैं उसको. नॉट टू डू दिस, यू जस्ट नीड टू डू वन थिंग. if the notice is on account of differences between your GSTR 2 and B and your books of accounts, in that case you just need to take reference of section 16 subsection 2 of CGST Act. You just need to take reference of certain decisions which is issued by the court, Gujarat High Court, Madras High Court, and certain double R authority decisions. उससे क्या लगेगा कि आपने जो रिप्लाई फ्रेम किया है, दिस इज अ वेरी परफेक्ट रिप्लाई. ओके, सो यू शुड टेक केयर ऑफ इट. पुट द रिलेवेंट एक्सट्रैक्ट ऑफ सेक्शन इन द रिप्लाई. केवल हम लोग हमारी लैंग्वेज ही नहीं लिखे, इफ पॉसिबल फॉर यू जस्ट कॉपी लैंग्वेज ऑफ द पर्टिकुलर सेक्शन एंड पेस्ट द सेम इन योर रिप्लाई. सो रिप्लाई फ्रेम करते टाइम फर्स्ट हम लोग नोटिस को रीड आउट करने वाले हैं, रीजन आइडेंटिफाई करने वाले हैं. देन आफ्टर वी आर गोइंग टू टेक रेफरेंस ऑफ सेक्शंस एंड रेफरेंस ऑफ सर्टेन डबल AR अथॉरिटी, ट्रिपल AR अथॉरिटी, हाई कोर्ट्स डिसीजन इन व्हाइल रिप्लाइंग द पर्टिकुलर notices, and we are going to put the extract of that particular section in that particular reply. Take references of various authority decision we had already covered. Attach proper reconciliation. Suppose the notice is due to your difference between GSTR 3B and 1, difference between your GSTR 2A, 2B and GSTR 3B, difference between your audited sales and difference between your GST sales. In that case, you just need to prepare proper reconciliation. ओके, सपोज डिपार्टमेंट ने आपको जून एंड जुलाई के लिए कोई नोटिस दिया, डिपार्टमेंट इज गोइंग टू इशू नोटिस फॉर जुलाई एंड अगस्त. सपोज as per GSTR 3B return, the input tax credit you had claimed is 15 lakh rupees. August mein you had claimed 18 lakh rupees, and as per your books of as per your GSTR 2A, your input was 14 lakh and input was 16 lakh. ओके, मान लो द सेम इनपुट इज रिफ्लेक्टेड इन योर सितंबर और अक्टूबर मंथ रिटर्न. यू जस्ट नीड टू प्रिपेयर द एक्सेल, जस्ट नीड टू आइडेंटिफाई द थिंग्स एंड जस्ट नीड टू पुट द सेम कि सर ये जो इनपुट मेरी नहीं आई है जुलाई और अगस्त से रिलेटेड, वो मेरे अक्टूबर मंथ के अंदर आ गई है. उसका अमाउंट आप यहाँ पर मेंशन करेंगे. और नाउ डिपार्टमेंट इज आस्किंग फॉर इंटरेस्ट एट द रेट 18% बिकॉज इनपुट वाज नॉट अवेलेबल एंड यू हैड क्लेम द इनपुट टैक्स क्रेडिट. If the amount is small, one option with you can pay the interest with that particular amount. Second, if the involvement of amount is huge, in that case just connect with me. I will share with you certain case studies, Gujarat High Court, Madras High Court decisions. You just need to put the same in your reply. और जब आप उसे रिप्लाई में देंगे तो आपके इंटरेस्ट के वेव होने के यहाँ पर चांसेस हो जाएंगे. So this is an important thing which we need to be very much careful for that. Although uh, in next 4 to 5 days we are planning for a complete session on important judgments, important decisions of government. In that case we are going to take around 200 landmarking judgments. So if anyone interested, then connect with me or WhatsApp also, so I can share you the link for that, just for information purpose. Now, try to enclose screenshot. Sir, if you are getting the notices for particular financial year 17, 18, 18, 19, 19, 20, in that case, there are multiple glitches was available at that particular time. So you can take reference of those glitches. All the screenshots are available on Twitter handle on Google. And if you not found the same, you just connect with me. I will share with you the relevant screenshots. Okay. So, sir, this is the important part regarding GST ASMT 10. If you got that particular notice, read that notice. जब आप reply frame कर रहे हो, you need to take the reference of section. You just need to put the relevant extract of that particular section. You just need to take reference of certain case studies from double AR, triple AR court decisions. Okay, and you just need to enclose certain screenshots with your reply. And one important thing, you should provide the reply within 30 days. ओके हमको टाइमलाइन को यहाँ पर एक्सेस नहीं करना है वी आर गोइंग टू प्रोवाइड द रिप्लाई इन अ गिवन टाइमलाइन this is our responsibility. So sir, this is a very much important parameter from departmental scrutiny or notices point of view. यहाँ पर एक क्वेश्चन आया सर इंटरेस्ट कैलकुलेशन इन जीएसटी ऑल्दो दिस इज एन अ वेरी बेसिक पॉइंट बट आई एम गोइंग टू टेक द सेम सर इंटरेस्ट कैलकुलेशन सो रेट ऑफ इंटरेस्ट अंडर जीएसटी इज 18%. एक कॉन्सेप्ट ध्यान रखना जब भी आपको डिपार्टमेंट को या फिर गवर्नमेंट को इंटरेस्ट देना है एट दैट टाइम रेट ऑफ इंटरेस्ट इज 18%. और जब आपको लेना है इफ देर इज एनी रिफंड और इफ देर इज डिले इन रिफंड इन दैट केस रेट ऑफ इंटरेस्ट इज 6%. और if that particular refund is due to any order of high court, supreme court or any judgment, in that case rate of interest is 9%. So conclusively I can say there is a three interest rate is available in GST. When you are going to pay to the government 18%, when you are receiving 6%, when you are receiving on account of any judgment, decree or order, in that case rate of interest is 9%. Sir, you got my point? Sir, how I can calculate? So, in GST, interest will be calculated per annum basis. That is, suppose your GSTR 3B due date is 20th of April and you are going to file that return on 25th of April. In that case, you just need to pay interest for 5 days. Sir, how you can calculate? Suppose your amount payable to the government is 50,000 rupees. In that case, 50,000 multiplied by 18% multiplied by 5 divided by 365. जो भी amount आपका आएगा उस amount पर आपको GST पे करना है and interest will be calculated separately for CGST, SGST, IGST and interest should be calculated on cash portion only. If you have input tax credit balance available, in that case there is no interest. Okay, sir. So that is what is the concept. If you got my point, then please comment in the chat box. If you got my points, then please comment in the chat box so that I can take the next topic. यहाँ तक सब कुछ क्लियर है क्या? Each and everything is clear till that. Most probably today we are going to discuss on certain important parameters only. And in our tomorrow session, we are going to discuss on important export and e-way bill and certain important parameters also. So I just want to cover certain basic points also because nowadays maximum cases में हम लोगों को ये मिल रहा है we are finding that returns are not properly filed by the taxpayer or by the tax consultants. Okay. कहीं ना कोई चीज हमसे मिस हो रही है वी आर गोइंग टू मिसिंग सर्टेन थिंग्स एंड फॉर दैट पर्पस आई एम गोइंग टू डिस्कस विथ यू सर्टेन इंपॉर्टेंट पैरामीटर्स सर्टेन इंपॉर्टेंट प्रिकॉशंस टू बी टेकन केयर व्हाइल फाइलिंग द रिटर्न. जब हम लोग रिटर्न फाइल कर रहे हैं तो कुछ पैरामीटर्स हैं कुछ प्रिकॉशंस हैं जो कि हमको स्पेशली नोट डाउन करने चाहिए स्पेशली हमको जो है वहां पर उसको कंसिडर कर लेना चाहिए. Okay, sir. Now, first, GSTR 1 and 3B should be matched. I am not going to take more time on that particular point. We had already discussed on that. Timely return filing of is mandatory. Sir, I just want to share one important thing with all of you. जब आप लोग बैंक के अंदर सीसी ओडी लेने के लिए जाते हैं, व्हेन यू आर गोइंग टू टेक सीसी एंड ओडी फ्रॉम बैंक एंड वेरियस क्रेडिट फैसिलिटीज फ्रॉम बैंक्स, सर दिस इज एन अ वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट पॉइंट. एट दैट टाइम दे आर गोइंग टू चेक योर रिटर्न फाइलिंग फ्रीक्वेंसी ऑल्सो. ओके, बिकॉज आपका सिबिल स्कोर, आपकी क्रेडिट रेटिंग एक बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट रोल प्ले करती है. योर क्रेडिट रेटिंग और सिबिल स्कोर प्लेइंग अ वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट रोल, बट योर कंप्लायंस पार्ट इज ऑल्सो वेरी मच इंपॉर्टेंट while financing. So at that time, when you are going for the file and loan application, in that case, the banking authority will check your return filing frequency. If there is a delay, in that case, they are going to provide you grade A, B, C, D. Okay, and your credit facility is also based on that particular grading system. So you should be very much careful. If your client is sending you data late, in that case, you just need to guide your client कि भैया देख ये और एक चीज है जो तेरे साथ हो सकती है. दिस इज एन इम्पोर्टेंट पैरामीटर. सो अगर आप उसको ऐसा गाइड करेंगे तो मुझे ऐसा लगता है कि टाइमली रिटर्न हमें आ जाएगा और वी कैन फाइल द रिटर्न ऑन टाइमली बेसिस. दिस इज अवर रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी. सो सर, this is an important point. We need to be very much careful for timely filing of the particular return. Another point is also there. If you are going to file your return late, suppose 20th is your last date of GSTR 3B, and you are going to file that particular GSTR 2B return, 3B return on 22nd, 24th. Nowadays, departmental authorities are also on alert. They can call you, they can come to your place. और अगर वो लोग प्लेस पे आए कुछ चार चीजें चेक करी, मैं प्रैक्टिकली बात कर रहा हूँ, कुछ चार चीजें वो लोग देखते हैं और चार चीजों में से आठ चीजें निकालते हैं, देन दिस इज एन हर्डल फॉर अस. So we need to be very much careful for that. We need to file our returns on a proper time. Okay. Books input and GSTR 3B should be matched. हमें हमने we had already discussed for that. Special care required while filing the refund application, sir. If you are going to file a refund application, earlier we had already discussed the refund term, but we had not discussed it in deeply due to time constraint. Sir, if you are file the refund application, we all know there are two situations in which one can file the refund. One is inverted duty structure, another is your export. I can say zero rated supply. Okay, these are the two parameters. So if you are going to file the refund application, in that case, you just need to be very carefully check the calculation of the refund. जो आपने रिफंड का अमाउंट कैलकुलेट किया है वो एकदम करेक्ट हो. ऐसा नहीं हो कि उसके लिए डिपार्टमेंटल अथॉरिटी को आपको डेफिशिएंसी मेमो देना पड़े. डिपार्टमेंटल अथॉरिटी हैज टू इशू द डेफिशिएंसी मेमो रिगार्डिंग दैट पर्टिकुलर रिफंड एप्लीकेशन. फॉर दैट पर्पस you should be very much careful for that. Sir, there is specific formula is available. You just, if I am talking from inverted duty structure point of view, you just need to calculate your inverted turnover carefully. ओके, आपका इन्वर्टेड टर्नओवर एकदम परफेक्ट होना चाहिए. योर एडजस्टेड टर्नओवर शुड बी perfect. Your net ITC should be perfect. I had already discussed with you that when you are going to file the refund application, at that time you are going to take the net ITC. So you just need to take the net ITC figure as per your GSTR 2A and 2B return. Okay, don't take the net ITC figure as per your GSTR 3B return. Suppose in your you are going to file the refund application for April 2023. Okay, in that particular month you are going to file the refund application. Okay, suppose in your GSTR 3B return you had claimed input tax credit of 5 lakh rupees. In your GSTR to be return, input is available just 4,50,000 rupees. So this is my humble submission to you. When you are going to file the refund application, take this 4,50,000 rupees as your net ITC figure. Okay, sir. Formula for calculating. I just want to put the formula for calculating the refund. In case of inverted duty structure, formula is inverted turnover divided by adjusted turnover multiplied by net ITC deducted by tax payable ऑन इन्वर्टेड टर्नओवर। सर, जब हम लोग ये इन्वर्टेड टर्नओवर निकाल रहे हैं, कई बार हम लोग क्रेडिट डेबिट नोट को कंसीडर नहीं करते हैं। वी आर नॉट गोइंग टू कंसीडर द क्रेडिट एंड डेबिट नोट इन द कैलकुलेशन ऑफ इन्वर्टेड ड्यूटी स्ट्रक्चर, इन्वर्टेड ड्यूटी टर्नओवर। So this is my request to you: when you are going to calculate the turnover, inverted duty structure turnover, at that time please consider the debit credit note figure also. If there is credit note, deduct the same from inverted duty turnover, and if there is debit note, in that case add that figure in the inverted duty turnover. Okay, sir. So this is a specific point regarding net ITC. We should be very much careful for that. Documentation part we had already covered. Now, suppose you are going to file the refund on account of export. For that purpose, मैं हमेशा एक ही बात बोलता हूं: in case of export, you just need to take the shipping bill and check those shipping bill from IC Gate portal. When you are going to check the shipping bill from the IC Gate portal, in that case you got the assurance that each and everything is okay, because on IC Gate portal each and every data is available regarding the export. और जब आप ऐसा करोगे, when you got the point. Okay, sir. So this is a specific point which we need to be very much careful while doing the refund. और वन मोर पॉइंट इज देयर: सपोज आपने किसी क्लाइंट का रिफंड अप्लाई किया, यू आर गोइंग टू फाइल द रिफंड एप्लीकेशन ऑफ अ पर्टिकुलर क्लाइंट एंड रिफंड इज एक्सेप्टेड बाय द पर्टिकुलर डिपार्टमेंटल अथॉरिटी एंड द अमाउंट इज क्रेडिटेड इन द पर्टिकुलर बैंक अकाउंट। कई बार क्या होता है, ये सारा प्रोसेस तो हो जाता है, क्लाइंट इज नॉट गोइंग टू बुक द अकाउंटिंग इन द बुक्स ऑफ अकाउंट्स, और उसकी ऑडिट भी हो जाती है। So this is an important point for us. When you are going to file a refund application, ask your client के आपने अकाउंटिंग ट्रीटमेंट प्रॉपर कर लिया है, नहीं कर लिया है। यू हैड मेक द प्रॉपर अकाउंटिंग इन योर बुक्स ऑफ अकाउंट्स। आपने आपका इनपुट टैक्स क्रेडिट का बैलेंस रिड्यूस कर दिया है, आपने आपके बैंक के बैलेंस को बढ़ा दिया है, जो अमाउंट आपको रिसीव हुआ था। बिकॉज होता क्या है, बैंक में रिसिप्ट होती है, उसकी एंट्री तो हो जाती है, क्लाइंट इज डूइंग द अकाउंटिंग एंट्री फ्रॉम बैंक स्टेटमेंट, बट द इनपुट टैक्स क्रेडिट इज नॉट एडजस्टेड विद दैट पर्टिकुलर रिफंड अमाउंट। वो कहीं और उसको लेके चला जाता है, या कोई नया हेड खड़ा कर देता है, या फिर सस्पेंस अकाउंट में खड़ा कर देता है, और एट द टाइम ऑफ ऑडिट हम लोग उसके लिए परेशान होना पड़ता है। सो जब ऐसा हो रहा है, एट दैट पर्टिकुलर टाइम you just need to take care of it. Okay, sir. So this is an important point and specific point. We should be very much careful for that. Now, creditor ledger should be checked while filing the annual return, because your client is not eligible to take input tax credit if he is not going to make the payment within 180 days to their supplier. So डिपार्टमेंटल अथॉरिटी कोई काम करे उससे पहले दिस इज अवर रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी कि हम खुद ही वो काम कर लें। और सर, कई बार हम लोग क्वेश्चन रेज करते हैं, क्लाइंट फीस नहीं देता है। इफ वी आर गोइंग टू प्रोवाइड अवर बेस्ट, देन क्लाइंट विल पे द फीस। ओके, मैं ये नहीं कह रहा हूँ हम हमारा बेस्ट नहीं देते हैं, वी आर गोइंग टू प्रोवाइड अवर बेस्ट, पर कहीं पे कोई ना कोई चीजें हैं जो मिस हो जाती है। इसीलिए ये कुछ सेशंस है, ये कुछ सीरीज है, ताकि हम हमारे नॉलेज को अपडेट और एनहांस कर सके। सो क्रेडिटर लेजर हमको चेक करने हैं। व्हेन वी आर गोइंग टू चेक द क्रेडिटर्स लेजर, हमको ये मिलेगा कि ऐसा कोई क्रेडिटर्स तो नहीं है जो आउटस्टैंडिंग है फ्रॉम लास्ट 180 डेज। इन दैट केस इनपुट का रिवर्सल होना चाहिए, तो हमको चेक करना है क्लाइंट ने इनपुट का रिवर्सल किया है या फिर नहीं किया है, और अगर उसने इनपुट का रिवर्सल नहीं किया है तो उसका रिवर्सल हमको करवाना है। सेक्शन 49 सबसेक्शन 12 हैज टू बी कंप्लाइंट विद, वी हैड ऑलरेडी डिस्कस्ड। सर, आप इस लिस्ट का प्रिंट आउट ले सकते हैं, अपने ऑफिस में इसको पेस्ट कर सकते हैं। अगर आप कहेंगे तो मैं व्हाट्सएप ग्रुप में इसको शेयर कर दूंगा, ताकि आप इसको ऑफिस में पेस्ट कर ले। आपका जो भी ऑफिस स्टाफ है, जो भी आपके आर्टिकल्स है, ऑडिट असिस्टेंट्स है, उनके भी अगर ये चीज नोटिंग में रहे कि इन दैट केस दे कैन फॉलो द प्रिंसिपल्स एंड दे कैन फाइल द रिटर्न इन अ प्रॉपर वे। सर, परचेज रिटर्न, दिस इज एन अ वेरी मच स्पेसिफिक पॉइंट फ्रॉम डिपार्टमेंटल ऑडिट एंड डिपार्टमेंटल स्क्रूटनी पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू। सर, सपोज क्या होता है, you have a purchases of 50 lakh rupees in a particular month, and IGST of rupees 5 lakh and CGST of rupees 2 lakh and SGST of rupees 2 lakh. Okay, suppose there is purchase return also for on that account. Input tax credit is 50,000, 20,000 and 20,000. नाउ अकाउंटिंग सॉफ्टवेयर उसको क्या करेगा, अकाउंटिंग सॉफ्टवेयर विल डू 4,50,000 एट परचेज, 1.80 lakh at purchase and 1.80 lakh as purchase. Okay, and you are going to get that particular return, and you are going to file the data as purchases 4.50, 1.80, 1.80. So this is my humble submission to you in this regard. When you are going to file the GSTR 3B return, you are going to check the data from GSTR 2B, और वहां पर अगर आपको क्रेडिट नोट दिख रहा है, दैट मींस देयर इज परचेज रिटर्न. सो उस समय आपको क्या करना है, यू जस्ट नीड टू गाइड योर क्लाइंट कि जब भी वो अपना रिटर्न शेयर करे, वो परचेज रिटर्न की शीट अलग से भेजे. क्लाइंट हैज टू सेंड द परचेज रिटर्न शीट सेपरेटली, और जब वो परचेज रिटर्न की शीट सेपरेटली भेजेगा, इन दैट केस आपको आइडिया लग जाएगा परचेज रिटर्न कितना है, परचेजेस कितनी है. सो दिस इज माय सजेशन टू यू, व्हेन यू आर गोइंग टू फाइल योर जीएसटीआर 3B रिटर्न, शो सेपरेटली. सेपरेटली आपको शो करनी है योर परचेजेस एंड योर परचेज रिटर्न. सर, वेयर वी नीड टू शो द परचेज रिटर्न, सो यू शुड नीड टू शो योर परचेज रिटर्न इन योर अदर रिवर्सल टैब इन योर जीएसटीआर 3B रिटर्न. I am not going to train you regarding the filing of GST or 3B return. Okay, I am just going to discuss with you certain technical points which is very much relevant for us. Okay, so purchase minus purchase return हमको वहां पे शो करना है, न कि हमको नेट फिगर वहां पर परचेज रिटर्न का शो कर देना है. So this is an important point, we need to be very much careful. RCM पर CGST, SGST should be charged and IGST should be charged, whatever will be the matter. So we had already discussed on that. GSTR to be classification is important, sir, as per section 38. Classification is there regarding the input tax credit which is reflected in GSTR to be written. Now onwards, GSTR to be written is in two parts, eligible and ineligible. So you need to take the input tax credit of your eligible part only. You are not going to take the input tax credit on your ineligible part. Okay, sir. So when you are going to check the GSTR to be written, eligible and ineligible part you should check. And for that purpose, this is my suggestion to you. You just need tell to your client that please enable one important feature in the particular accounting software regarding reconciliation of GSTR to be with the books input tax credit, और वहां से उस रिकंसिलेशन से एक एडजस्टमेंट एंट्री हमको बुक्स में पास करनी है, सारा डेटा हमारा रिकंसाइल हो जाएगा. दिस इज द बेस्ट वे फॉर रिकंसिलेशन. उसके अलावा कोई भी दूसरा तरीका नहीं. अगर आप मल्टीपल टाइम एक्सेल सीट्स बनाते रहेंगे तो एट द एंड यू आर गोइंग टू नॉट टेकिंग एनी एडवांटेज फ्रॉम दैट पर्टिकुलर एक्सरसाइज, और वो आपको कंफ्यूज ही करेगा. ओके, ना works contract revenue versus capital expenditure, sir, this is a completely in a planning part. Okay, suppose आपके क्लाइंट ने कोई रेवेन्यू एक्सपेंडिचर किया है वर्क्स कॉन्ट्रैक्ट रिलेटेड, तो इन दैट केस यू शुड ट्रीट दैट पर्टिकुलर एक्सपेंडिचर एज अ रेवेन्यू एक्सपेंडिचर, बिकॉज आपके क्लाइंट को आपको गाइड करना पड़ेगा कि उसको रेवेन्यू एक्सपेंडिचर ट्रीट करवाना है या फिर कैपिटल एक्सपेंडिचर ट्रीट करवाना है, बिकॉज इनपुट टैक्स क्रेडिट इज अलाउडेड इन केस ऑफ रेवेन्यू एक्सपेंडिचर, बट इनपुट टैक्स क्रेडिट इज नॉट अलाउडेड इन केस ऑफ कैपिटल एक्सपेंडिचर. So sir, we need to be very much careful while bifurcating between the capital expenditure and between the revenue expenditure. Sir, another special point is place of supply. We had already covered that particular place of supply term, and we need to be very much careful for that, because अगर आपने place of supply गलत determine कर लिया है, तो आईजीएसटी की जगह सीजीएसटी और एसजीएसटी पे हो जाएगा, और सीजीएसटी और एसजीएसटी की जगह आईजीएसटी पे हो जाएगा. सर, आप बोलोगे कि हम तो रिटर्न फाइल करते हैं, हम कैसे आइडेंटिफाई करें प्लेस ऑफ सप्लाई? ओके, व्हेन you are going to check the books of accounts at the year end, sir, these all things are related to the year end exercise and certain things are related to your monthly exercise. जब आप ईयर एंड के अंदर डेटा चेक कर रहे हैं, आपको कोई स्पेशल ट्रांजेक्शन सस्पिशियस लगा, आप उससे पूछेंगे कि ये इसकी प्लेस ऑफ सप्लाई क्या होनी चाहिए, तो हम चेक करेंगे उसमें सीजीएसटी चार्ज किया है, एसजीएसटी चार्ज किया है, आईजीएसटी चार्ज किया है. काउंटर पार्टी का जब हम लोग जीएसटी या टू भी रिटर्न भी देखते हैं, तो भी उससे हमको आइडिया लग जाता है प्लेस ऑफ सप्लाई का. So for taking the idea regarding the place of supply, you just need to take the GST through be return and the accounting entry which is reflected in the accounting software of your client. You got the complete idea. Sir, check the transaction value should be as per section 15 subsection 1 2. Okay, transaction value should be as per section 15 only. तो ट्रांजेक्शन वैल्यू भी हमको चेक करनी है। कहीं कोई ऐसा कई बार क्या होता है, when we are going to check the purchase sales register, you just need to take the sales register at the year end. जब आप सेल्स रजिस्टर चेक करोगे ना, उसमें ट्रांजेक्शन वैल्यू आएगा, आगे आपको फ्राइट मिलेगा। यू जस्ट नीड टू टेक द सेल्स रजिस्टर आइटम वाइज। जब आप आइटम वाइज लोगे तो आपको ट्रांजेक्शन वैल्यू मिलेगी, एंड यू आर गोइंग टू टेक द, यू आर गोइंग टू चेक, व्हेन यू आर गोइंग टू चेक यू फाउंड वन फ्राइट आइटम आल्सो। जब आपको फ्राइट का आइटम मिल रहा है, यू शुड चेक दैट द जीएसटी इज चार्ज ऑन दैट पर्टिकुलर फ्राइट आइटम और नॉट, बिकॉज दैट विल आल्सो बी अ पार्ट ऑफ योर ट्रांजेक्शन वैल्यू। So, sir, this is an important parameter. You should be very much careful that the transaction value is correct or not. As a professional, as a chartered accountant, as a tax consultant, this is our responsibility to check certain technical points. Sir, है क्या? हम बोलते हैं जीएसटी बहुत ज्यादा कॉम्प्लिकेटेड है। यस, जीएसटी कॉम्प्लिकेटेड है, पर अगर आपने वैल्यू चेक कर ली, आपने सप्लाई चेक कर लिया, आपने प्लेस चेक कर लिया, आपने टाइम चेक कर लिया, आपने इनपुट टैक्स क्रेडिट चेक कर लिया, यू हैव कंप्लीटेड ईच एंड एवरीथिंग, और कुछ भी चेक करने की रिक्वायरमेंट नहीं है। सर, मोस्ट इंपॉर्टेंट, properly differentiate your exempt supply, your zero rated supply and your nil non GST supply. Okay, कई बार क्या होता है, हम लोग नॉन जीएसटी सप्लाई में जीरो रेटेड डाल देते हैं, एग्जेम्प्टेड डाल देते हैं। सर, व्हाट इज द डिफरेंस बिटवीन दिस? सो exempted and nil rated supply which is exempted by a notification. Okay, government is going to exempt certain particular supply as a exempted supply via a notification. Okay, zero rated supply, government is going to specify 0% rate on that particular supply. If you are going to make any export, you are going to sell any particular product or service outside India, in that case the same should be classified as your export, दैट इज योर जीरो रेटेड सप्लाई, और वहां पर 0% की रेट एप्लीकेबल होगी, और नॉन जीएसटी सप्लाई विच इज द आउट ऑफ द जीएसटी पैरामीटर। ओके, दीज आर द डिफरेंसेस। सो वी नीड टू बी वेरी मच केयरफुल फॉर दैट। हमको इनका बाइफर्केशन पता होना चाहिए। मैक्सिमम टाइम हम लोग कंफ्यूज इसी में होते हैं कि जीरो रेटेड क्या है, एग्जेम्प्टेड क्या है, नॉन जीएसटी क्या है। जस्ट थिंक this okay, you just need to take one point in your mind कि जहां पर कोई नोटिफिकेशन दिया है गवर्नमेंट ने, दैट सप्लाई शुड बी ट्रीटेड एज एक्सेप्टेड सप्लाई। जहां पर रेट जीरो है, एंड रेट जीरो केवल दो केस में ही है, एक्सपोर्ट एंड सप्लाई मेड टू एसईजेड यूनिट और एसईजेड डेवलपर, in that case rate of GST will be 0%. Okay, and non GST on 5 petroleum product, alcoholic liquor, these all are classified as your non GST supply. So we need to be very much careful for that. Now, bank guarantee given by director on behalf of company. सर, डायरेक्टर अगर कोई सर्विस देता है, इफ एनी सर्विस इज प्रोवाइडेड बाय डायरेक्टर टू एनी कंपनी, डायरेक्टर कोई सर्विस प्रोवाइड करवाता है कंपनी का, तो यहां पर उसके ऊपर रिवर्स चार्ज बेसिस के अंदर कंपनी को टैक्स का पेमेंट करना होता है। आई एम जस्ट गोइंग टू शेयर वन एग्जांपल विथ यू। डायरेक्टर हैज गिवन गारंटी टू पर्टिकुलर बैंक फॉर लोन फैसिलिटी टू द कंपनी। डायरेक्टर ने गारंटी दी है बैंक को फॉर लोन फैसिलिटी टू द कंपनी। इन दैट केस यहां पर डिपार्टमेंटल अथॉरिटी ने यह कहा कि डायरेक्टर ने जो गारंटी दी है, गारंटी प्रोवाइडेड बाय द डायरेक्टर टू द बैंकिंग कंपनी इज ट्रीटेड एज अ सर्विस प्रोवाइडेड टू द पर्टिकुलर कंपनी, एंड जीएसटी अंडर आरसीएम हैज टू बी चार्ज्ड इन दैट पर्टिकुलर सप्लाई। So we need to be very much careful for that. There are certain arguments available for that particular case. Okay. So I just want to share this situation with all of you, that if director is going to provide the guarantee to a particular bank regarding the bank loan to the company, in that case, this should not be treated as a service to the company, and this should not be चार्जेबल टू जीएसटी, बिकॉज आरबीआई ने यहां पर ये बोला है कि फंड रेजिंग के लिए आरबीआई का एक मास्टर सर्कुलर है, और आरबीआई ने उस मास्टर सर्कुलर ने बोला है कि फंड रेजिंग के लिए अगर कोई भी बंदा, अगर कोई भी व्यक्ति किसी बैंकिंग इंस्टीट्यूशन को गारंटी देता, तो उसकी फेयर वैल्यू यहां पर निल मानी जाएगी। तो एज पर आरबीआई सर्कुलर आप फेयर वैल्यू निल मान लो, यू कैन चार्ज द जीएसटी। तो फेयर वैल्यू निल पे आप क्या जीएसटी चार्ज करोगे? जीरो। बट डिपार्टमेंट इज नॉट गोइंग टू एग्री विद दैट। multiple appeals has already filed in that particular case, but I just want to clear the situation. I just want to develop your analytical skills, so I had taken that particular example in that particular series. GST on sale of vehicles, GST on sale of plant and machinery. This is a very important point, sir. Suppose there is a car in the business of your client, और वो उस कार को यहाँ पर सेल करने के लिए जा रहा है. Suppose he is going to sell that particular car in 5 lakh rupees. In that case, क्या 5 लाख रुपीस पे यहाँ पर जीएसटी चार्ज होगा एट द रेट ऑफ 18%? क्लाइंट हैज टू पे जीएसटी एट द रेट ऑफ 18% ऑन दैट पर्टिकुलर 5 lakh rupees, or there is any other mechanism is available in that particular case. What is the scenario? So for that purpose, you just need to take the WDV of that particular car. Suppose the WDV of that particular car is 4 lakh rupees on the date of your sale, and you are going to sell that car at 5 lakh rupees. In that case, your client needs to pay GST on that 1 lakh rupees at the rate of 18%. But if in that particular case WDV is 6 lakh rupees and your client is going to sell that particular car is in 5 lakh rupees, in that case value is negative, so there is no question of GST. Okay, sir. So this is a very specific point. This is a very important point. We need to be very much careful for that while selling the particular plant and machinery and vehicles. Now, value of e-way bill in case of vehicle on plant and machinery sent for job work. सर, एक बहुत बड़ा क्वेश्चन आता है, मेरे से भी कई बार लोग पूछते हैं कि अगर मैंने कोई प्लांट एंड मशीनरी जॉब वर्क के लिए भेजा है तो वहां पर जो वहां पर ई-वे बिल बनाऊंगा उसमें वैल्यू क्या मेंशन करनी है. ओके, what is the value we need to mention in case of job work for on plant and machinery? Suppose my vehicle is in Rajasthan और my plant and machinery is in Rajasthan, और मुझे उस plant and machinery को गुजरात भेजना है just for repair and maintenance. In that case मुझे ई-वे बिल के अंदर कौन सी वैल्यू पुट करनी है? सर, we are going to cover e-way bill also in deep, okay, but now we are going to cover e-way bill in a practical aspect also. So I just want to clear your concept in a practical way. So if plant and machinery is sent for job work purposes, for repair and maintenance purposes, in that case firstly this is my suggestion to you, report the complete value of that particular vehicle in that particular e-way bill. ओके, इन दैट केस अगर डिपार्टमेंट उसे डिटेन भी करता है, रास्ते में रोकता भी है, तो हमारे पास में फुल प्रूफ रहेगा कि मैंने कंप्लीट वैल्यू को ई-वे बिल के अंदर रिपोर्ट किया एज अ डिलीवरी चालान, ओके, एज अ जॉब वर्क चालान. एंड हमेशा एक काम आपको करना है कि जब आप लोग ई-वे बिल जनरेट कर दो, उसके बैक साइड में या फिर उसके नीचे at the back side of that particular e-way bill challan or at the bottom of that particular e-way bill challan, just add one line that we are going to send that particular plant and machinery and that particular vehicle for repair purposes to Gujarat only. ओके, जब आप ऐसा लिखोगे ना तो ये फुल प्रूफ हो जाएगा. दिस इज वेरी हेल्पफुल एट द टाइम ऑफ लिटिगेशन. अभी हमको लिखता है कि एक लाइन लिखने का क्या यूज है, but at the time of litigation, at the time of departmental audit, at the time of departmental scrutiny, these points plays a very important role. Okay, so you just need to write this line. जब ये गुड्स वापस बैक आएगा at that time, वहां पर आपको दो टैब डालने हैं ई-वे बिल के अंदर. फर्स्ट टैब के अंदर जो व्हीकल की वैल्यू है वो आ जाएगी, सेकंड टैब के अंदर जो जॉब वर्क चार्जेस है वो आपको ऐड कर देने हैं, जिससे कि आइडेंटिफाई आ जाएगा फ्रॉम अप्लाइंग दिस टास्क. You can show to the departmental authority that the plant and machinery we had sent it from the Rajasthan to the Gujarat, and now after completion of that particular repair and maintenance we are giving back that particular vehicles and plant and machinery to Rajasthan and charging our job work charges and repair and maintenance charges. Okay, so this is the trick. We need to be very much careful for that, and we need to follow the same. So these all are practical aspect and we need to take care it. Sir, one more important aspect is that कई बार क्या होता है गलती से we are going to generate multiple e-way bill on GSTN portal by mistake and we are not going to cancel those e-way bill. Okay, So this is my humble submission to you. If your client has generated e-way bill wrongly, guide him that, sir, if you raised any e-way bill by mistake, cancel that particular e-way bill immediately, because at the time of departmental audit, at the time of business audit, at the time of scrutiny, department is going to reconcile your sales figure from your e-way bill sales and from your books sales, your GSTR1 sales. And if we found any huge difference, in that case वो बोलेगा कि आपने गुड सेल किया है इसलिए ई वे बिल है, आप उसको बुक से हटा रहे हो बिकॉज यू आर नॉट गोइंग टू पे द टैक्सेस। वो यहाँ पर आपके आर्ग्यूमेंट सस्टेन नहीं करने देगा। और वन मोर इंपॉर्टेंट इन्फॉर्मेशन, जीएसटी में अगर आपको कोई भी इंफॉर्मेशन को साबित करना है, यू जस्ट नीड टू गो फॉर द हाई कोर्ट, यू जस्ट नीड टू फाइल अ रेट पिटिशन। सो दिस इज नॉट पॉसिबल फॉर अ कॉमन मैन के वो हर चीज के लिए रेट पिटिशन फाइल करेगा। सो फॉर दैट पर्पज वी नीड टू बी वेरी मच केयरफुल फॉर दैट कि दीज थिंग्स आर वेरी स्मॉल बट वी नीड टू बी वेरी मच केयरफुल फॉर दैट। सो अगर आपसे कोई ई बिल रॉन्गली जनरेट हो जाए, दिस इज योर रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी टू गाइड योर क्लाइंट दैट cancel that particular e bill immediately. Sir, is that okay for you? Just confirm me once that the precaution point is okay for you. All the precautions are okay for you. Just confirm me once so that I can take the next topic. If you have any doubt, please raise the queries in the chat box. I got only one reply. I need certain more replies. अगर कोई चीज नहीं क्लियर है तो अपन उसको रिपीट कर सकते हैं। और if you have any doubt, then you can raise the queries. Okay, sir. So I just want to cover certain industry wise update on budget. Budget 2023 के अंदर certain important updates आई थी। So आई एम नॉट गोइंग टू टेक ईच एंड एवरी अपडेट्स, बट जो क्रक्स पार्ट है, जो हमको रूल्स और लॉ के अंदर फॉलो करना है, वो कुछ चीजें आई एम गोइंग टू टेक दोज पॉइंट्स इन दैट पर्टिकुलर सेशन, बिकॉज दीज पॉइंट आर आल्सो रिलेवेंट फॉर अस फ्रॉम द पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू ऑफ अवर लॉ पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू, अवर एनालिसिस पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू, अवर डे टू डे प्रैक्टिस पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू, डे टू डे रिपोर्टिंग पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू। ओके, फ्रॉम दैट पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू आई एम गोइंग टू टेक दैट पर्टिकुलर इंडस्ट्री वाइज अपडेट ऑल्सो। सो अर्लियर क्या था, सपोज एज पर सेक्शन 16 सबसेक्शन 2 का प्रोवाइजो, सेक्शन 16 सबसेक्शन 2 का प्रोवाइजो दैट every buyer needs to pay the amount to the supplier within 180 days, and if he is not going to pay the amount to that particular supplier within 180 days, in that case he need to reverse the input tax credit. Okay, तो यहां पर उन्होंने क्या बोला था कि इफ यू वांट टू रिवर्स द इनपुट टैक्स क्रेडिट, इन दैट केस for reversing that input tax credit you need to add the same in the output tax liability. That means यहाँ पर if you want to reverse the same you need to add the same in your output tax liability. सर नहीं समझ आया, कोई एग्जांपल लो ना for that purpose. Suppose I bought certain goods from a Mr. X for 5 lakh rupees, and input tax credit on that particular amount is 50,000 rupees. Okay. And I am not going to make the payment within 180 days. So after expiry of that 180 days, I need to reverse the input tax credit amounting to rupees 50,000 rupees. Suppose मैंने पूरा ही amount pay नहीं किया, I have not paid complete amount of 5 lakh rupees. If I had made the partial payment, in that case I need to reverse the partial input tax credit. But for easiness, I am taking the figure as 5 lakh rupees. मैंने उसको pay नहीं किया, so I need to reverse that complete 50,000 rupees. I need to reverse that complete 50,000 rupees. Okay, sir. So earlier यहाँ पर क्या लिखा हुआ था, इफ यू वांट टू रिवर्स दैट पर्टिकुलर, तो इमीडिएट जो मैं जीएसटीआर 3B रिटर्न फाइल करूंगा, इन दैट पर्टिकुलर रिटर्न आई जस्ट नीड टू ऐड दैट पर्टिकुलर 50,000 rupees in my output tax liability. Earlier I had claimed the input tax credit, but for reversing the same I need to add the same in my output tax liability. ओके, बट ना इन बजट 2023 गवर्नमेंट ने यहाँ पर ये क्लेरिफाई कर दिया, देयर इज नो नीड टू ऐड द सेम विथ योर आउटपुट टैक्स लायबिलिटी, यू जस्ट नीड टू रिवर्स दैट फिगर फ्रॉम योर इनपुट टैक्स लायबिलिटी 50,000 rupees. That means when I am going to file my GSTR 3B return, suppose in that particular return my input is 5 lakh rupees, other reversal में I need to show 50,000 rupees, so my net ITC will be 4 lakh 50,000 rupees. सो दिस इज एन इंपॉर्टेंट अपडेट फॉर यू कि अगर अब कोई रिवर्सल आपका हो रहा है ड्यू टू नॉन पेमेंट टू द सप्लायर, इन दैट केस वी नीड टू बी वेरी मच केयरफुल. वी आर नॉट गोइंग टू ऐड द सेम इन द आउटपुट टैक्स लायबिलिटी, वी आर गोइंग टू रिड्यूस अवर इनपुट टैक्स क्रेडिट इन अदर रिवर्सल टैब. ओके, नाउ प्रोविजनली एक्सेप्टेड इनपुट टैक्स क्रेडिट पे कोई भी रिफंड अलाउड नहीं है. दिस प्रोविजन इज बेसिकली अ जर्नल provision, a logical provision, because now you are not eligible to claim the input tax credit on provisional basis on GSTR 2A basis. You just need to claim the input tax credit which is available in your GSTR 2B return. Okay, so there is no question of provisionally input tax credit, provisionally accepted input tax credit. Hence, you are not eligible to claim the refund on your provisionally accepted input tax credit. Imported certain goods and stored in warehouse and then transferred to other location. In that case, no ITC shall be allowed until they used for the home consumption. Sir, suppose I am just going to take the example, and through that example, I just want to clear that particular situation. Suppose you imported certain product from America, and that goods is stored in the custom port, and from that particular custom port which is situated in India, from that particular custom port you are going to send that particular product from that particular custom port to another custom port which is also in India. In that case, there is no question of GST. The supply should be treated as your exempt supply. Okay, and you are going to move that particular product in that particular custom area itself. In that case, also the same should be treated as your exempted supply and no GST should be charged. Okay, so in case of import of goods, GST will be charged at the time of home consumption. When you are going to use that particular product for your home consumption, that means you are going to take that particular product in the domestic market. In that case, you are eligible to take the input tax credit. Okay, sir. So this is an important point. We need to be very much careful because कई बार क्या होता है, कोई goods, certain goods I am going to import from America, and from that custom port if I am going to sell that particular product and transfer that particular product to another custom port, in that case we are going to charge the GST and we are going to claim the input tax credit. This is not eligible. You are not eligible to claim the input tax credit until you are going to use that particular product for your home consumption. Okay, नो आईटीसी अलाउड ऑन सीएसआर एक्टिविटीज. सर, अर्लियर सर्विस टैक्स का एक केस लॉ आया हुआ था. वी आर गोइंग टू कंसीडर द केस लॉ इश्यूड बाय द सर्विस टैक्स डिपार्टमेंट दैट सीएस द इनपुट टैक्स क्रेडिट ऑन अकाउंट ऑफ सीएसआर एक्सपेंडिचर इज अलाउड, but now government has specified one clause in section 17 subsection 5 that is blocked credit. That means government has blocked the input tax credit regarding the CSR expenditure, corporate social responsibility. That means you are not eligible to claim the input tax credit on the CSR expenditure. Okay, sir. These all points are applicable from 1st April 2023. Hence, I am going to cover the same so that it is very much useful for our day-to-day practical life, day-to-day practice life, day-to-day our activities. Now, sir, there is no GST on agricultural sector, agricultural activities, agricultural produce, but the condition is that those agricultural produce should be generated from cultivation of land only. Okay, this is a specific point. We need to be very much careful that if someone is not going to charge GST on that particular agricultural produce, we need to be check that that particular agricultural produce is due to cultivation of land. Okay, only apply to cultivation of land. Point of dispute, what about other agricultural produce which was not directly linked to the cultivation of land? That means government ने यहाँ पर specify कर दिया, government has specified due to cultivation of land. अब ऐसे agricultural produce जो cultivation of land से नहीं आए हैं, what about GST on that? Okay, so there is no clarification available in that point, or until the clarification is come, there is applicability of GST on those products. No further proceeding done by any other person, no change in the nature of goods. In that case, GST will not be charged. Refund in case of exports, we had already discussed. Opportunity for artificial diamonds, because government has for existing and new both custom duty has reduced, so easily capture the market valuation has been done. Okay, so these are the important points from GST point of view. Important special points regarding important export invoices as per GSTN portal and shipping bill should be matched. We had already done. IC code is mandatory for export. We need to be very much careful for that. If your client is starting any business of export, in that case, suggest him that you should take the registration under import and export, and you should take the IC code also. Now, for promotion of export of goods, do it under various scheme of government. IC Get portal, we had already talked. Sir, one more important point is that when you are going to file a refund application and you are going to prepare the annual return GSTR 9 and 9C, and when you are going to do the annual reconciliation of your client, and if your client is dealing in the export and he is claiming the refund on account of that particular export, in that case, you just need to check the account statement of that particular client. If you found any duty drawback entry, if you found any duty drawback entry, then you just need to check that the duty drawback is at a higher rate or at a lower rate. Sir, how one can identify the higher rate and the lower rate? For that purpose, you just need to check the shipping bill. Demand from your client the shipping bill. On the third page of the shipping bill, you just need to check the drawback is a higher rate or drawback is a lower rate. If categories mentioned A, B, and C, okay, so just check the same. If the category is mentioned, in that case, your duty drawback at a higher rate and the lower rate is also mentioned on that particular third page of your shipping bill. You should check the same. And if the drawback is at a higher rate, in that case, you should reverse the same. ओके सो दिस इज a very important point. डिपार्टमेंटल ऑडिट के टाइम, बिजनेस ऑडिट के टाइम वो लोग ये चेक करते हैं, एंड इफ दे फाउंड दैट द ड्रॉबैक इज एज अ हायर रेट, इन दैट केस दे आर reducing, they are reversing your that particular drawback amount. Okay sir, so this is certain important points from important exports. Okay, now income tax के point of view से we are not going to talk on milk and animal produce. There are certain list for that milk and animal produce. Just comment in the WhatsApp group, I will share you the list regarding the milk and animal produce, the rate of GST and the applicability of exemption and applicability of rate. Okay, so these are certain points which we had discussed in our today's session. So in our today's session we had covered certain important points कि हमको किस तरह से beginning करनी है financial years की, and what is the important point which we need to be very much careful while preparing the reply for the notices and while preparing the reply for GST ASMT 10. And also we had covered certain important precautions which we need to be take care, and also we had considered certain points which is from the budget 2023, which is applicable from 1st April 2023. Okay sir, so just confirm me that each and everything is okay till that point. Sir, if each and everything is okay, just comment in the chat box. If you have any query, then please raise the queries in the chat box. And if there is no query, then I am going to sign off for today. We are going to take our next topic in our tomorrow session. In tomorrow session, we are going to cover our export and import and e-way bill and e-way e-invoice related topics. Okay, in a very detailed way, and certain returns related point which we are going to discuss in our tomorrow session. Okay, and one more request from my side to you: if you want a discussion on any specific point, just comment in the WhatsApp group so that I can take the those topics also in our tomorrow session. And on the last day, I'm just planning for certain case studies, certain important case studies, 10 to 15 important, very very important case studies, which is very much relevant for our day to day life in our third day. So if you all are in WhatsApp group, you just need to mention me in the WhatsApp group that this topic is relevant and we want discussion on that particular topic. And in our tomorrow session, we are going to discuss on export and import and e-way bill and e-invoice. Okay, sir. So for today's, thank you for your patience learning. Thank you.